Hi, it's Dr. Valerie. We've been talking about codependency. We're going to continue that, and the subject is on controlling behaviors. I'm talking to family members and friends who have someone that they love and care about with a problem with alcohol and drugs. Control. It's just so interesting. Control is trying to get someone to do something that you think is in their best interest and that you want them to do. And oftentimes, family members who are considered codependents of an alcoholic addict will try to control, will try to coerce, will try to manipulate to get the person to not drink so much or not use so much. And they're willing to, at various times, do whatever it takes, even if it means yelling, threatening. You may say, I'm going to leave if you don't stop drinking. Those are all behaviors that are considered controlling. You're trying to control the person to stop their behavior, which you believe to be negative, and oftentimes it is, but to do what you're wanting them to do. What family members have to see is this. Once a person has crossed the line and they are in addiction, they may want to stop. They may want to walk away, but they can't because they're an addict. This isn't an easy thing that you're asking of them. Oftentimes, they experience certain behaviors, certain cravings, that they feel they have to have it. There's a psychological dependence and a physical dependence for the drug by the time it reaches this point. And the physical dependence is the body craves the drug. Psychologically, their mind tells them they need it. They need it to get in front of a crowd. They need it to sell. They need it to perform in their job. They need it to deal with all the stresses. So two things are happening. It's much easier when a person is just psychologically addicted versus physically addicted for them to be able to stop. So one of the signs that you're looking at, if they're both psychologically and physically dependent, they're going to need professional help. And you can recognize that when they try to stop and you see them shaking and sweating and their anxiety is building and they're feeling as if they've got to have that drink. They've got to have that drug. They've got to get out of the physical uncomfortableness. Then you're looking at addiction. And to help that person, they're going to need professional help. So as we look at controlling behaviors, you have to be willing to stop trying to control because it doesn't work. Think about it. Think about how long you've been trying to control and get that person to quit. And it hasn't worked. So I want to have you think about not trying to control it, but instead look at your behavior and be willing to do something different about your behavior. You know, there is a 12-step program for you to help you understand what's going on and to help you come up with options that can assist you in how to respond to the person with the problem. So, control does not work. The only person you have control of is yourself. And you can choose to do it differently. And as you begin to interact with the alcoholic addict in a different way than you have previously, they will respond differently. Okay? That's an important key. You're responding to the person and their addiction. And what I'm suggesting that you do is to step back and have the person respond to you, because you're in a space that is about your recovery, not their addiction. It's an interesting shift, but if you're wanting to assist that person, the sooner you're able to see how your role is affecting the person in a way that keeps them engaged in the behavior that is not supportive, encouraging, the longer you do that, the longer they continue that. If you take your eye off of controlling that and shift to you taking care of yourself and making better choices, and therefore engaging the person